Hey friends, it's Amanda with Beyond Birth Doula coming at you this week with a midweek meltdown. This is a topic that I've had many meltdowns about, and I've been debating about even discussing it because it is a very touchy area, can get really heated. It just keeps getting brought up in my life, and so I just think it's really time for me to talk about it, to just put it out there, because once we all come together and discuss the issue, then sometimes it just makes you feel better and it's no longer an issue. So what I'm talking about is mommy guilt. All of us have felt it. All of us have been dealt it by one person or another, whether it was well-meaning or whether it was completely rude and unnecessary. I'm sure we've all been there. I remember when I announced to my own mother that I was pregnant with our first child, and the first thing she said to me was, "Well, welcome to mommy guilt." And I was like, thanks. That's an awkward thing to say. Plus, I'm, just a few weeks along, so I don't think I'm screwing the kid up too much. But then the next day, I was out to lunch with a friend, and I'm eating along happily, playing the pregnant role that I can eat whatever I want. And she looks at me and says, "Are you going to eat that?" And I said, "Yes, I am hungry." And she's like, "Right, but you're pregnant. Are you going to drink that because you're pregnant? Are you going to do that activity because now you're pregnant?" And I started feeling guilty and more guilty and more guilty. And I realized, hi, welcome to mommy guilt. And it doesn't end with pregnancy. It just gets worse once we have our kids. And the sad part about it is we do it to each other. Moms to moms, friends to friends, siblings to siblings. It's just the culture that we're in, that we think we're allowed to discuss someone else's child or say, "Oh, well, my child's doing this. Is your child doing this?" Like, I don't know. My child just skipped to second base during t-ball practice, but it was the most fabulous skipping I've seen him do all week. I just kind of go at it with I'm just happy to be a mom, and I don't really want that guilt to come around me because I'm just doing the best that I can, as we all do. So I just want you to know that if you've had someone come into your life, whether it was about a simple "what is your child doing" versus mine, or do you breastfeed or do you formula feed, or are you organic or love those GMOs, or anything in between. There's so many different areas we get to choose for our children. And I am here to say that I support you in what you choose for your child, because the big picture is that's your child and you're doing the best that you can for them. And so I'm here to support you as a postpartum doula, as a certified lactation counselor, and as a birth doula. I am here to support you in how you want to welcome your child into the world, how you want to feed your child, and how you want to raise your child. It's your choice, and there is no handbook that I have found that is given the exact way to raise a child that works for every single one of us. So just know that you're not alone with that mommy guilt. Let's fight back. And dads, I don't want to leave you out. There is daddy guilt. I've heard dads say that they feel guilty for having to leave and go to work, or the stay-at-home dads have the same issues that everyone else does. So I just want everyone to know that there's no need to have that guilt, that your child's your child, and let's just rock parenthood the best that we know how. So I would love to hear, situations where you have felt empowered enough to stand up for yourself and let that person know that this is my child and I will make that decision. And what's the best way for somebody to come and support you in your choices with your child? So leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you, and thanks for listening.